So if you play Scum, there's an online map called at scum-map.com, and provides all kinds of information that's not easy to get from the in-game map, which some are saying is going to be removed from the game or not visible to players that are fresh spawns. So, like some of the things that this has is that it has a scalable scale, like a measuring stick, so you can see what the distances you're dealing with are, which is very helpful when you're trying to create zones. And then there's also a way to just measure from point A to point B, which is super cool. And is it delete key? Deletes it? I forget. There's a way to get rid of that. Forgot how. So, but one thing that's been added recently, which is appreciated by probably Army and Marine veterans, is that they've added a contour map. And I'm not sure if they call this a relief map. I think they've combined a relief map with a contour map, where they show like shadows to give you an idea how steep some places are. But anyway, I'll give you some pointers on how to read a contour map. Now, when you see a place that has lots of lines, contours, because each contour represents an interval of height, like so much height. I don't know if it's 10 meters or what. But when you see contour lines that are close together, that means it's steep. And this shading right here also suggests the same thing. So that would be like a cliff. This is really steep right here. And I'm not sure if these really dark areas are necessarily always holes, because I tried to look over at the dam map and it looked like there were some caves there, and I tried to find them, but I had some trouble spawning in, teleporting there to get a look. I kept dying because I don't know, apparently I was not on a surface where I could get some good footing, and if you try to teleport to some of these areas, you wind up falling through the map. There are quite a few places on the map that if you teleport in at 0 elevation, you'll fall through the map. So if tight lines imply steep grades, then the lack of lines imply the opposite. So a flat area like this may be a good place to build a base if you want nice long flat sight lines. But the problem with building here may be that you have elevation around your base, so that people can snipe down into your base. Here's another flat area. Here's another. Another. Let's see. This is very artificial looking. Looks like they, I don't know, tacked that on, like when they added these sectors, maybe they're trying to just get these to match up with this. But if that's how the terrain is actually shaped right there, then that's a long sloping area, but relatively flat. So that's fairly flat. There's a flat area. Of course, the airport is flat. You need it to be, and the firing range is very flat. Excuse me. And the train yard. There's a nice spot. So another thing to look for on topographical maps. What else did I call this? I guess I can't, can I? Maybe not. Another thing to look for is small circles. Actually concentric rings. Let me find an example. This is shaped more like a ridge because the rings are going in this direction. So this is your peak right here. That's not the greatest example. Let me find. Here's one. So, lots of rings. So we've got a fairly pointed peak here. What about depressions? Concentric rings might not mean a depression. Like here, this does not look like a peak. This looks like a depression. Even though they're concentric rings, this is the peak here, and it slopes down here, and then here's another elevation here. So this is between two elevations. So that looks like a depression. Let's see. Anything else interesting we can find? There's probably some good peaks over here. Like right here. And normally on a topographical map, wherever there's a peak, you'll usually have a number there, and I believe that's usually the elevation in meters. For example, the famous hill in the A Shaw Valley area in Vietnam, Hamburger Hill, was Hill 937, because I believe the elevation was 937 meters. So, but we don't see that here on this map. So, hopefully that'll help you out. This provides a lot more feedback on how the terrain is shaped, and when you've got some experience reading a topographical map, you can almost picture what you should be seeing in your head from any given vantage point. I don't work with them that often, but it was one of the things you had to learn in basic training. Well, there's a good one. Well, that one's shaped a little bit like a ridge there, but... Oh, sorry about all the yawning. I don't know. Alright, so I'll end this video here. Those were just a few tips on reading a topographical map. You could probably learn more from a field manual on land navigation. Let's see. Let's see. Doesn't say what the FM number is there. Map reading and land navigation, 3-25.26. And this one is FM 21-26, looks like. As you can see, like in the cover of this book, they're using a topographical map. So there's a resource if you want to learn more.